Hey everybody, Spideyjeu09 here with Break Even with the curator, the great curator, Daniel himself. Man, what is up?
How you doing?
This is I'm doing well, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a really long day at work, and I drove straight in, put on some relaxing clothes, and then set this up. Like I had the longest day at work, so I'm super excited to be
Oh,
hanging out with
okay.
you tonight,
Awesome,
talking Marvel
awesome. Well, I
cards.
was this all day, so
Oh man, that is great. That's great.
mhm.
Well, look, I've been watching your content. You and I've been chatting privately here and there, but this is something I've been really looking forward to. And I kind of wanted to open up with like, why are we calling this live chat break even? And for those who haven't been on your YouTube channel, which just about everybody has, your channel's doing so well. Very proud of your channel.
Thank you.
But you got this wonderful intro, right? That kind of pays homage to sports card investor, and you use this language, and I'm a big language guy. I use this language, the language I'm just wanting to break even in the hobby we love, right? And I thought, man, that is really
Mm-hmm.
good because that just resonates with me because I just want to break even this hobby too. I just want to enjoy it, right? And that's what I hear. I just want to enjoy it.
It's
And I thought,
true for everybody. It's true for everybody. No matter what people say, we're all just trying to break even. And just to address that point real quick, I did get
yeah,
Jeff's blessing at the recent Dallas show. So I posted it on my Instagram. I told him about it. He said it was cool. So everybody can relax now. I didn't rip him off.
oh, that's good. Well, yeah, Jeff seems like a great guy. I've never had a chance to meet him, but I thought you did a great job paying homage to him. Look, dude, we already got people in the chats. We got OG Card Scammer.
Card
That's quite the
scammer. I
name.
know him.
You know him?
Amanda, she just today. Yeah, I've seen him in the chat before, so he's a very cool guy.
Yeah.
I
Brandon
think
Smith.
if we can get, what was my goal? I said if we get to 15, then it's like success.
Well, we're sitting at 12. Let's see if we can get there, man.
Okay, all right,
We
all
got
right.
we
Oh,
got the
we
graded
lost one.
gamer.
We just lost one guy.
We got to go back up. We got to get it back up.
Yeah,
Do you know Amanda? Graded gamer?
I still left a couple comments today on my. Oh, we just lost another one, guys. We need to pick it up. No, she just
Pick it
left
up.
a couple comments on my Instagram today, so I just added her. But she's
Well,
got a crazy collection. I was looking through her post.
yeah, she's special, and the work that she does with PSA is really special. So she's awesome. Glad to see you in the chat, Miss Amanda.
She works for PSA.
And
Awesome.
no, she works for herself, and she does a lot of submissions. She said I can
Oh,
log in
okay.
twice. Yeah, come on in. She can help boost the views there.
All right,
Thanks, Amanda.
we're back up to 12, guys. We're back up to
Yeah,
12.
she's so thoughtful, dude. So like
If we get down to
right
5, I'm
behind
leaving.
you,
Okay.
you're leaving. Yeah. Well, look behind you. You have this massive sentinel. Like
Oh,
that is incredible.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew you collect. I mean, I know you collect all kinds of stuff, man. But trading cards is really what's connected us. But then I look back and I'm like, oh no, he has Marvel Legends back there too.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
what got you into that?
I'm a true collector. I'm a true collector. I got a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
So is it just one Sentinel?
Just one Sentinel, yes.
Wh-
I was debating getting 3, but dude, this thing's huge. It's bigger than my
It
daughter. I
it
have
is
no place
huge.
to put them, so I'll settle with one
Are you
for
gonna open
now.
it?
For now, maybe I'll end up buying more.
Are you gonna open it?
I'm debating. I'm debating. I mean, I love the box art the way it is. If I have a good setup for all my Marvel Legend figures, then I may crack it open. But for now, it's just sitting in the box on display. Just because the way that Hasbro Labs did it is just. I mean, they did an excellent job with the packaging and everything like that. I think it's a piece of art the way it is.
Yeah, the presentation is great, and I'm with you. I'm like, I got to figure out how to get this box art somewhere in the display, even though I want to open them and get them all posed, and because I'm an open box
Mhm.
collector when it comes to action figures for the most part. But
Can we
that's
acknowledge some
absolutely
people in
sick.
the chat real quick?
Yeah, we're hit 16. There
Yeah,
you go.
I see my friend, the card professor. He's in here. So just want to say what's up to him.
Hey,
VK on
Card Professor.
comics.
Yep.
So I'm seeing some good friends in here. Okay.
I love that. The gentlemen investors unite. I like that a lot.
Gentlemen investors. Yes, yes. The movement, it's working. It's working. People are listening to me. Yes. Makes me excited.
No doubt, man. So I don't know if you know. So I ordered 7 Sentinels, and then they got lost. And
all of them?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I say lost, I mean no one could tell me where they were at, and even though there was quote tracking with the destination, and we got PSA Slab Guy in here. We got Watch Me Open, and we got Miles in some really cool guys.
Spider-Man. All right.
So, and it was like lost in Georgia. It was in this warehouse. Long story short, they just started popping up one at a time on my doorstep, one at a time. And so now I've had
awesome.
I got 3, and I'm just like, okay, are the other 4 going to show up? You know, who knows? We'll see. But I need them to show up.
What are the plans? What are the plans for 7 Sentinels?
Well, so I'll just be frank with you, and I haven't made a video about this. I bought 7 of them mainly because I could. I just happened to be in a place financially where I could. And my thought process about that was, you know, HasLab put this project together, and you had basically, I think it was 35 days to fund this project, and then they were never going to be made again. That's the word on the street. And I bought 2, then I bought 3, and then I bought 2. Like it went in that pattern. And what happened was I realized there was not enough people buying them. I'm watching how many is being made, and I'm going, this is not enough. Like, you know, I look at the Marvel Legends Facebook page, and there's 100,000 plus people following that page, and it was only up to like 13,000 Sentinels. And you army build these things, so everybody typically wants at least 2 to get that army effect. And I thought, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get 7 of them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I knew I was going to give 1 away, and so I am doing that. So once I reach 3,000 subscribers, I'm going to randomly select a subscriber and give it away to a subscriber.
That's awesome.
I know I'm good. Well, thank you. I know I'm going to put 3 in my display. I'm at about 1,130 last I looked. 1,130.
Okay. All right. Let's try to get him to that 3,000, guys.
Yeah. Well, what you did is an anomaly. How much quick success you had is just amazing.
I got lucky.
I
got lucky. I don't know.
It speaks to your content, man.
I think somebody's playing a joke on me, but
no, it's all about your personality.
From Shanghai. Look at that.
Oh, really?
Erwin is from Shanghai. That's awesome.
Hey, Erwin.
It looks like some people have some questions for us. Can we answer? You know, the card professor has that question in there. I'm gonna defer that question to you.
Okay, he says, I got the slabs to ask a question. Outside of a movie, what causes the values to increase and decrease? Oh gosh, well, movies is definitely one of the big items right now. I would have to say influencers. Like if an influencer talks about a type of card or a whether if it's sports, if it's actually a player, if it's Marvel, if it's a character type, but mainly type of card, that can really drive values really quickly. And then if you happen to see a high sell, that high sell has the opportunity to create other people thinking they need to go ahead and get it before they miss out, and or more people selling. So I would say high sales and
let me ask
influencers.
To that follow-up question. I was at Dallas and I was talking to some dealers that had PMGs, and they were telling me that there are some influencers out there pushing the Marvel PMGs. Is that the cause? Because I'm not in tune with all the Marvel influencers out there.
Yeah,
are you one of them?
No. I'm low man on the totem pole there. But so when it comes to PMGs in the Marvel world, PMG is from an overall exposure from mass market. That's the card that most people look at as the cards to have, Marvel PMGs, and that's primarily related to the fact that the highest recorded sale via an auction is a green Spider-Man PMG from 2013 Flare Retro. And so you're seeing some high sales, but there's in terms of influencer, I can't tell you an influencer who's pushing them like out there, putting them out there and doing that. But I do know of some influencers who are buying them and vaulting them right now, and they're not selling. They're grabbing all they can. And more than likely what's happening is they're grabbing while, Marvel cards is still kind of a secret. People chatting about it and content's being made, but it's not at any other level, right? And so they're grabbing all they can. What's that?
Did you happen to see my Instagram post that I made before this?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I debuted my PMG collection. Although I'm talking about it, but I'm not like keep it on a down low. I'm just sharing my information with people, But I debuted my PMG collection, which I've been stocking up for the last few weeks.
Yeah, well, that's awesome,
So
dude.
check it out.
I'm gonna pull it up real quick. So
Yeah.
so I
And then while you're doing
that
that, let me answer a question from Falcon real quick. For me personally, I don't know about Justin, but the next big show, I would say probably, I go to like SoCal shows, Southern California shows all the time, but probably Dallas will be the next big show I go to in January.
I'm going to be there with you, Lord willing.
Oh, awesome.
I'm only 4 hours away. If it wasn't for my daughter's
right.
homecoming, I would have been at this one. Okay, man, you're still going. Look at how many PMGs you got. I'm watching.
I'm stocking up.
There it is, guys.
I'm stocking up. I forgot to add one in there. I ran out of time on that reel.
Oh, they're the green ones. Cyclops, Colossus. That's cool stuff, dude. Look at that. That is a lot. And you have a blue bullseye. You know who likes bullseye, right? That's Great Gamer. Amanda. She loves
Amanda.
Bullseye.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Love bullseye. I'll show this off for her if she's watching, if she's paying attention. There we go.
Oh,
right there.
Hey, is that a 10? Is that a PN?
It is a 10. I got this from Mickey James. You know him?
No. Oh, Mickey James. Oh yeah, I know Mickey.
Yeah.
We've chatted a few times. I've had some cards that he's looked at.
Yes. Okay.
And
I just want to make sure we're answering all the questions real quick here. Did we get through this? Okay.
Hey, Joy Guru, I appreciate you. We got David Venture's question here about cracking slabs. You see that one? Have you cracked slabs? Thinking of cracking and submitting the PSA.
Yes, I have. I have cracked slabs. It's super easy, guys. I haven't made a video about it. I could if you guys want, but it's easy. It's easy. There's a lot of videos out there already, and it works. If you crack a slab and you resubmit it, there's a good chance that it will do what you expect it to do.
Amanda wants your address for the Christmas list.
All right, DM me, Amanda. Oh, I'm going to talk. I want to ask you about that later. Let me just get through this, and I'm going to ask you something. Since you've been doing this for me, I've had this idea that I want to run by you. You tell me if it's good, or you tell me if it could backfire on me. Okay.
Sounds good.
Brandon Smith, real quick here. So break even after expenses or before. Just break even on the purchase of the card. I don't really do expenses for like going to card shows or stuff like that. That's just the cost of doing business for me. So I'm not really even thinking about that, but like just on cards. And when I say break, you guys, obviously it's a joke, but it's kind of true too. It's like half a joke, half true. We're just trying to have fun and not go broke doing it.
Yeah, for me it means don't use debt.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's really what it means for me to break even. Now, I will say this just to be transparent. I do have an LLC, and I do actually purchase my collection through my LLC. So because I'm actually selling, I've sold, I don't know, probably $15,000 worth of cards this year. And so I do have the revenue coming in. So I have to show expenses. Or I'm going to get taxed on it, or I'm going to have to pay taxes on it as gross income. But for me, it's like, at the end of the year, I don't want to show a loss unless if I have to. There's some tax benefit there, but overall, I just don't want to go into debt.
That is an interesting point that you just said there, and we might have to take the conversation a little bit more serious. But just put a pin in that and remind me, because I have a question I want to ask you about that too. I'm about to put out debating whether I should out this video. I'm wondering if it's going to cause me a lot of flack for it, but we'll talk. I want to get your thoughts on that. Okay. Let me just through this chat real quick here. I want to make sure I answer everybody's questions. Have a crack slab. But related question from the card professor.
I'll put that up in the chat so people can see it. Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man I saw. I am a fan of Christian Bale, but a bigger Adam West Batman fan. I hate to put it like this. Does the death of a previous actor move values? Do you want to take it? You want to answer that one, or?
Well, I mean, I'll defer to you for in terms of like comic cards. I would say for sports, it does. It gives them a pop for a period of time, and it will sustain. I mean, it'll go up real quick because people are buying and selling, and then they'll go down, but then they'll level out. So it does have a pop to it.
Yeah, for the character of that character, no, I don't think so. But for your non-sport movie actor cards, especially your autos, yes, I would say that would definitely have a spike because you can't get, the autos are now they're numbered. There's not any more those that you're going to get, and so those would go up.
I will also add to that, like when I see an actor die that I really like, and I'll use like Leonard Nimoy for example. I feel like I have to go buy something of theirs, just to have a piece of them. So I feel like there could be an initial spike as people try to like honor their memory, and then it'll level out.
That's a really good point. Are you seeing 37 people watching? Thank you, everybody.
Oh, there we go. I didn't even look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, we made it, guys. I wasn't sure.
15 was the goal, by the way. 15.
15 was the goal, and we doubled that, so we're awesome. So that's a win. All right, I guess I have to stay now. I was gonna leave, but I guess I have to stay. So
thank you, everybody. I was gonna have to do this alone. That would have been fun.
PSA Slab Guy, do you invest in vintage? I'm getting into vintage. I mean, if we're talking about sports cards, yes, I'm. I would say vintage is anything pre 1985. No, I'll use 1986. For me,
yeah,
pre 1986.
Go ahead and put Jordan in there, huh? So Jordan, anything?
Yeah.
Okay, George rookie and back.
Yeah,
I got it. And Marvel cards vintage is hard to like really nail down because Marvel cards didn't, really start until the 90s. You got some sets in 87 and 86, 84, 76 or something like that. So I would say anything before the 90s is considered vintage.
Yeah, for me, I would say when I think vintage Marvel, I say 90s, like 1995 and below for me. Like those 5 years from 90 to 95 when they were doing Marvel Universe, Marvel Masterpiece, those sets, Marvel Metal 95, that's vintage to me.
Ooh, I got one of my favorite Marvel Metal cards sitting right here.
Ooh,
Magneto.
Interesting. Okay. I see your Magneto, and hold on.
I was about to check raise me. Oh no, I wasn't. I'm in the wrong room.
I will see your Magneto, and I will raise you a Rogue.
Ooh, I like it, and that's the alternate universe Rogue too. That's the better of the two.
And tell me what you think about this chromium. That's not metal, but it looks metal. What's the deal with chromium?
Well, it's not as I would say it's not as valued. Like people don't have the same kind of level of nostalgia on it, but they're great cards. They're the chromium the insert card. That Cyclops is one of my all-time favorite Cyclops cards. And I would love to have that one graded in a PSA 10. It's a great looking card.
Beautiful. Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Where is okay? So we got. So Webby Vision asks, where is the next place to get Marvel Metal wax? And by Marvel Metal wax, I'm assuming they mean the 1990 set, because other than the 1995 set, I meant to say 95. Other than the 1995 set, you're looking at the most recent metal releases. So I would say the 95 set, the only place I know you can get is eBay, and you're probably looking at anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 for a box.
Yeah, I just saw one at a show. They were asking about $1,000 for it.
Yeah, I ripped one. There's a you can see me open one on my channel earlier this year, and I will tell you it was the most fun I've had breaking any box of Marvel cards.
Did the card
It's
stick on
just
you?
not a bit.
You know,
Not a
I have
bit.
a bad experience. I bought a 1992 Marvel Masterpiece box. Cost me like $400. And
Right, yeah.
I was so excited, and I was making a video, and I was opening them, and they were like sticking, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I went through like 5 packs, and they were all bricks, and I was just like so disappointed in it.
Oh man,
So
I hate
now,
that.
like, I'm very hesitant to open anything from the 90s.
Well, feel free, guys. I'm on Instagram, same name, Spideyjeu09, and there's plenty of others who have even more experience than I do. Watch me open. Who's in the chat earlier? He's opened a ton of vintage Marvel. Those guys can tell you and gals can tell you which boxes tend to brick. And if you're buying sealed boxes from the 90s, unless you're just doing it for the fun of it, you're running a real risk. The value is probably keeping it sealed. And that's coming from somebody who can't keep anything sealed. I open everything. There you go. Jim Lee X-Men sealed. Isn't it beautiful
Yep.
sealed though?
Yeah.
It's a great piece.
I love it.
But what if a Jim Lee auto is hiding in that box?
Don't tempt me.
You,
Don't tempt me.
you got to set it
Unless
free.
if I get 100,000 followers, I'll open it. How about that?
Hey, yeah, let's do it. 100,000. Let's do it. Just grade the packs. You hear? Look, see, she's so smart. Just grade the packs. Once you and you know they're bricked, just grade the rest of the packs. Be done with it. Hey, we got somebody from Melbourne, Australia. What's up, global sports card investor?
Australia. I've been getting a lot of people commenting. I don't know how many people, but it just seems like a lot of people are commenting from Australia, which is very interesting to me. I'd like to meet some of these people.
My number one trending video right now is me opening Black Diamond, Marvel's Black Diamond, and over 50% of the views are from Thailand, which I think is so awesome.
Thailand.
Yes.
Wow, that's so cool. I love that. I love that. I love that people from all over the world watch our videos and enjoy it.
It's special, isn't it? I mean, not everybody it has the ability or the opportunity to open these cards and enjoy them. And YouTube is where they're going to at least be able to tap into that. So I think it's special.
And it's really cool because it shows like collecting is not like an American thing, you know. It's like it's a global thing, you know. Everybody loves these things and everybody loves to collect, so it's just something that we can all, you know, share interest in.
All right, so Basic Trainer says he's in Antarctica. Whoa, wait a minute. Is there internet in Antarctica? I mean, I'm sure there is. There's satellites, but still.
You must be working
awesome. There. Dave is in West Virginia. Very cool. And I know Marvel Madness MCU, he's in Utah. Know that. So we got people from all over, man. So here we got David. He says a bunch of his cards have come from a Hong Kong seller. Tons of Marvel fans in East Asia.
Oh, global sports card investor. That's a guy from Australia. He's saying that the community there is growing. That's cool.
Yeah, they don't have the same opportunities. So I actually bought some sealed boxes from Aussies in Australia. Now they're not going to ship until February, but that experience was pretty good. It was an online experience, but I messaged them and communicated with them. It was pretty good. So
there's a guy in Australia on eBay who has a card that I really want, but it's all the way in Australia. So it's like they've got some good cards out there.
Right. So where do you buy product?
Just at my local shows. Unless I can get it at retail price, but that's almost impossible.
It is difficult. I did see today where a friend of mine sent me that Spider-Man medal. Have you seen that's coming out? That's it started out like at 240, and then it went up, and then it went to 399, and then somebody released it today for 266.
Okay.
And who was that? That was GamerRoomPlaza.com. I've never heard of them, so I can't vouch for them, but they certainly had it listed and have it listed for $266 a box. If anybody's looking for it. Was it Cherry Collectible? Is he talking about your Australia?
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but I'll just tell you guys. I don't care if somebody wants to buy it, but it's a Simpsons Art the Bart card. I don't know if you know about that, but the Simpsons, right, created a card set in the 90s, early 90s, and one of the very rarest inserts ever. They had 500 cards that were hand drawn by Matt Groening, the inventor, the creator of the Simpsons. He hand drew sketches and he signed it, and they're called the Art to Bart cards. Super rare. One guy in Australia has it, but he has it very expensive, so I can't get it yet. But I'm looking for one.
Wow.
If anybody has
one, contact
me, please.
Well, we got 45 people watching now, 47, so somebody's bound to have one, right?
Yeah, I'm sure somebody has one. Hook it up, guys.
So my daughter, who's 14, has finished all 30 seasons of The Simpsons this year. Like she watched them this year.
It's incredible that
she's rewatching them now.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's awesome. She has good taste. She obviously has good taste.
She's special. I'm very biased, but she's special. Yeah, Grady Cameron's aware of those. She says they're rare. Hey, Ron's and Nuts here. Fantastic for Spider-Man Metal to arrive. I hope the PMG colors the current ones. Yeah, I'm with you. So he's talking about how he views the X-Men Metal PMGs as weaker in color in comparison to the previous sets, which everyone agrees with. He's saying that he hopes that the Spider-Man Metal. Yeah, there we go. That one. It's just too pink instead of red.
It's noticeably different. These cards are the X-Men ones are thinner, and they look a little bit dull to me when I hold them in my hands. I don't know.
Yeah, they have a dull matted look to them. That's for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
The green's okay, but I mean, yeah, I like the retro comic art though. It's really cool.
Well, so hey, can I piggyback off of that for a second? So the thing that I'm probably most excited about with Spider-Man Metal coming out is that they'll have that retro look for the high series for Spider-Man. So will the cover of AF-15 be the card image? Will that Spider-Man swinging through the air be the card image?
That'd be sweet.
Will it be Venom's first, cameo panel for his card image? Like if it is, oh my gosh, that in a PMG, please.
PMGs are making a comeback. Even in sports, they're releasing a new sports PMG set.
So Collectible Kings on average, I'm at $277 a box. Is where I'm at, and I'm sorry, Daniel, I missed what you said. I was reading that. My apologies.
Oh no, I just said they're coming. I said PMGs are making a comeback. They're even releasing a new set in sports. I think I've heard.
Oh wow,
that's a rumor. Yeah,
that'll be fun. All right, we got somebody from Colorado, Christopher Murray here. Good evening. Random question: would it be a good idea to crack an SGC 10 slab in hopes of getting a PSA slab if it's a low pop card? Go ahead.
I do it. If the price point makes sense, if you get a PSA 10, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take a chance. But I'm a gambler, so that's just me.
little bit of a maverick in you.
Right.
I love that. Same, man. Same. So what I hear, because I don't own any SGC slabs, but what I hear is that they're grading more strictly than PSA. If that's true, then it makes sense to buy low at an SGC, the quality of the card, send it to PSA, hope that it comes back at 10, raise the value. But you got to think about that PSA submission cost, though.
I think I cracked an SGC slab. I think it was like 9.5, and it came back at 10. I think.
So it worked. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's doing it.
Should have documented that, man. That'd been fun to watch. PSA is more popular, but I do like the.
I have a video about it. I just haven't cut it up yet, but I do have a video about it.
Oh, cool. All right, we got Christopher King. Do you know Christopher?
I'm not sure.
Says he hears about Pokemon Marvel and MetaZoo, but I do not hear a lot about Fortnite cards, and I like them, and I'm collecting like crazy. They are very nice looking cards. I can speak to that a little bit, unless you have something to say about Fortnite.
Well, I know Fortnite. I know some of their cards are very expensive.
Do you
I
have
don't
some?
collect it, but yeah, I don't have
So
any. But yeah.
Beckett puts out a non-sport magazine, and every issue they release top 10 sales, and Fortnite is regularly in the top 2 or 3 of the non-sport highest sales. So people aren't talking about it. There's not a lot of content around it, but people are paying high dollar for it, probably because they think Fortnite's going to be the next Pokemon for the future generation. I think it's a lot of speculation. But I mean, from a gaming standpoint, Fortnite is the Pokemon of 20 years ago.
Right. Interesting.
And what's cool is they're mixing Marvel in it, and and DC. Like right now in the comic book world, Batman comic books include I think it's a QR code that if you buy the comic, you get a character released in the game that you can't get otherwise, or you can't get you can get, but you have to pay for it. And so people are buying comics, reading them, and playing Fortnite with that character that's in the comic books.
Interesting. Can we switch? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. All right. Do you want the fun question, or do you want the serious question?
Let's go serious, and then we'll lighten it up.
Okay. Tell me your thoughts on this, and then people in the chat can comment too. Have you heard of services, either they've been through individuals, businesses, or even auction houses, that will loan you money, that will take your cards and give you a loan based on the value of the cards? Have you heard about that service?
Wow, no, I have not actually.
Okay.
So they're counting cards as collateral.
Yes. People have been talking about this already. Some other YouTubers, and I recently was spammed some advertising on it, and I've even seen it at card shows now, where I don't mention any names or anything like that, but if you guys do your research, you'll see it. There are individuals, businesses, and even large auction houses that are providing a service where they'll basically act like a pawn shop. They'll take your card in. They will give you like anywhere between like 40 to 70% is what they claim, loan on the card, and they'll charge you all the points that, like a regular loan, or origination fee, interest, and all that stuff. Usually like a 6-month loan on the card. They'll take the card in their possession and give you the cash. And I'm bringing this up because you mentioned earlier that you don't want to go into debt when you're collecting, right? But now these people are pushing this service, and they're trying to sell it as like, take advantage of the equity that you have in your card. Take this cash, go buy something, flip it, make the money back, buy your card, and do all these things with it. And to me, it sends up a lot of red flags. I don't necessarily like it, because I think that they're trying to prey on certain people. So I'm about to release a video about it, but I'm just worried that like some of these big names out there might like try to come after me.
Yeah, let them come.
What are your thoughts on that?
Let them come after you. Like, I'm sitting here trying not to get mad. Okay, so I'm just gonna be real. Full disclosure, I'm a banker. Okay, that's what I do for a living.
Interesting. Perfect.
Yeah. So when this, all right, I'm gonna go a little heavy here and like technical stuff. This is technically considered. What's that? Listening to okay, fingernails on the chalkboard.
He knows. Okay. I'm not gonna say it, but he knows.
Right. So this is technically considered chattel. It's a movable item. Okay. And movable items can depreciate and they can appreciate. If they appreciate, they go in the asset column. They have value and they're gaining value over time. Typically with low maintenance, right? Low holding expense. And if you have something that's considered an asset, then it should have some lendable value, right? And the problem I see with that is the target audience. They're likely not targeting your people who are vaulting, Michael Jordan rookies and, very expensive $100,000 cards. They're probably targeting people who have racked up debt, and they're basically making a play to buy cards at a 60% value, right? And make a bunch of fees in the process, because this doesn't live in the financial realm. And what that probably means is it has very little regulation and compliance around it, very little disclosure requirements, where people don't know what they're really signing up for and getting into. And they're going to wind up losing their cards at probably half the value or less when you look at how much fees they're paying, plus what they're going to pay out. And I don't like it. I don't want to see people do that. I don't want them to use credit card debt to buy cards. And I don't want them borrowing money against their cards to pay off debt and or buy other cards. I just don't think it's really smart.
Let me send some follow-up comments to this, okay? And this is why I want to make this video, because I saw one of the services at the last couple shows that I've been to, and a couple things kind of raised some concerns with me that I feel like it's worth having a serious discussion about this, okay? Mm-hmm. And let me just preface this by just saying, like, if you want to do that, that's fine. I think this service can exist for very specific niche individuals that have some type of business model where they can pull this off. But what concerns me is that they're marketing it to the general public, and they're using salespeople to do it. And their sales pitches, from what they've posted on their Instagrams and things like that, is very convincing. They're good. They make it seem super easy to just take the loan, go to a card show, same day, buy a card, flip it, right? But we all know, and this, like, the name of this live is break even, right? We know it's not easy to profit from cards, okay? And certainly not easy to profit within a short time period where you're trying to get your money back so you can pay off a loan that they did. So that concerns me, that they're trying to paint it like it's easy money, okay? Mm-hmm. Number one. Number two, at the recent show, I did see I highlighted this comment here. I did see very young collectors, like teenagers or people that probably early 20s, going up to their booth, which concerns me, because they don't have, at that age, there's no way at that age anybody would have the grasp of what a loan, would be, right?
Yeah. So that's why they have so much trouble with student loans.
Right. And then, so that's number two. Number three, what really concerned me is I actually talked to one of these service providers at the recent show in Dallas. And what raised a concern for me is when I said, hey, tell me about this loan, they stopped me right there and they said, it's not a loan, it's an advance. It's an advance, right? So to me, my background is legal, right? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, they're trying to word it in a way where if the person will default on their contract, that they can seize their card, and turn around and flip it or whatever like that. So those three concerns, they just don't sit well with me. So that's why I made this video about it. And I kind of wanted to put it out there, but it seems like I'm not the only person that has concerns about this.
Yeah, I think it's a public service, to be able to put it out there. I'm happy to look, like, if they publicize their terms and conditions, I'm happy to look at it. Because terms is the number one issue. Terms is number one.
I'll tell you the terms. You'll probably laugh. I'll tell you the terms.
Okay.
No credit check. Okay. No money down. 6 months. Flat fees, things like that. all the things that you would see on a payday loan, something like that.
Yeah, so more than likely what that means is an advance. Like, there's probably one day where it's all due. And if you're unable to pay all of it at once, you then roll into the loan aspect of it, where you have this high interest where they can garnish your wages and paychecks or whatever if you don't make payment, almost like these same day cash loans that they do at furniture stores. Mm-hmm. Where if you don't pay that back in the 6-month period, then you get the real terms after that. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad I got your feedback on that. Now I can I'll post that video. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of pushback on that from the people that support it, but whatever. I'll just do it. Who cares?
Yeah, absolutely. Just you'll be a gentleman about
Okay.
it.
Yeah. I'll push back. I'm not afraid of that guy. Okay. I got
For
the other
sure.
question, which I will save. I think we should go through some of these questions. If there's any questions or people commenting, I haven't read it yet. Let me see.
Yeah, we got a lot coming in actually.
Interesting. Oh, people are commenting on this. It seems like a lot of people have heard about this too.
It's not
I'm
good.
laughing at the comment by Bear Market. I'm a big
Oh.
fan of Popeye and hamburgers, so that's a funny comment.
Everybody pay each day for a day. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. You want to answer this question by Caesar?
Yeah. What would you guys value a single Marvel Masterpiece series? $1 to $5 cards near mint. So is he talking? So there's a 1992, 93, 94, 2002.
I guess it would depend, right?
Which Marvel? It's series 1 that's 92, I guess is what he's saying. Those are not worth much unless they're graded, just to be real with you. But graded at a PSA 10, which is really what you need for those, they can carry some serious weight in the sense. And when I say serious, I mean $100 to $500, $600, $700 as a PSA 10.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, right there. Love it. Just about anything in the 90s needs to be graded to have serious value. There's some rare cards in there, but most of it has to be graded.
I agree. To give you an idea, like I'm like Marvel 92 right now. PSA 10s go anywhere between like 100 to like, I don't know, $400, depending on which one they are.
Spider-Man and Wolverine can carry a little more weight than that, but everything else is going to be. I would personally would rather be under $300.
Okay, so it looks like nobody's got questions. They just got comments here. But so my next question for you. This is a fun one. Have you ever done a giveaway on your channel? And if you have, is there like specific rules that you have to follow so you don't get in trouble, or can you just give something away for free?
There's probably a rule somewhere, but I'm like you. I'm a bit of a maverick. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna try to break the law, but I'm just gonna do what I want within reason, right? But I did do a giveaway, and it was a surprise giveaway. It was a thank you giveaway. So it was like, hey, to everyone who's already subscribed, I'm doing a giveaway, and here's something. Like I did that. And the thing that I struggled with is not all the subscribers are public. So when I went through the subscription list, like it's, let's say it said it had 1,000 subscribers, only like 500 of them showed up, like where I could see it. That's I struggle with that. I don't know why.
Let me get your idea about this. Tell me if this is gonna backfire on me or not. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to do a giveaway for Christmas time.
Okay.
And I was thinking like I would basically, if I get to 5,000 subscribers, then I'll do the giveaway. And then every 1,000 after that, so if I get to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will do a giveaway where I will pick 10 people, 10 subscribers, and I will send them a gift pack for Christmas. I saw some celebrities do this a couple years ago. I thought it was a super cool idea. So I'll do it. And then every 1,000 subscribers I get, I'll do another 10. And I was just thinking that I would just pick like people who leave the best comments for me, like people who leave like really hard comments or long comments where you can tell like they support me, things like that. Can I do it that way where I'm picking them, or should I do like a randomizer thing? Because I'm just worried that people will get upset if they don't pick them.
People, if you tell them to,
chat, please.
I would think if you say, hey, leave a comment, that somebody would feel maybe not considered, where the randomizing takes, hey, it was just random, and someone who didn't deserve it got it, but yeah, it was still random. So I don't know. I can see where that's difficult. it's it's with any giveaway, the idea is someone wins and everyone else loses. So that's always going to be a struggle.
Interesting.
Maybe you do
says,
it this way. Maybe you say, hey, who the comments that get the most likes.
Interesting.
So
I like that. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can like it too, but it's whoever ends up with the most likes. That's who those 10 would be selected. So they got to leave the comment, and your viewers have to decide.
You guys in the comments, would you I don't know, would you guys appreciate that if I sent like a gift basket out to you guys, or I had a little contest? Just like fun stuff. Nothing like super crazy expensive or anything, but
I like what,
and like little
like
care
what,
you guys.
Great Gamer, like there's a barrier of entry. Like it's got to be at least 50 words. So you got to have something to say, and then you select.
I think this would be fun. I think I really want to do. I want to do something for all the subscribers for supporting me.
He'll be mad if he doesn't get the Sentinel. Make sure I was going to randomize them. Make sure your subscription is public so I can see it. Card Boss. Right. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you.
That's true, Dave. That's true.
Land of the free, right?
All right. So for you guys in the chat, if you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe. But when I get the 4,000 subscribers, which I'm not too far away from, I will run this little contest. And if I get the 5, that's when I'll do it. I've already made up my mind. I'm going to do it. Oh, we may have lost Justin. Justin, you still there? You froze up on me for a second.
I love it. Tell me you watch my videos without telling me you watch my videos. That needs to be like your this is how you leave a comment.
Fire up the bots.
Oh, did I freeze? I'm here now, right? Am I here?
A little bit. You're cutting in and out.
Did I freeze up? Hey, there I am.
A little bit. A little bit.
Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah. We're good.
I'm good having guys about that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. No, the comments are going, man.
Yeah.
Fire up the bots. All right, we got a question.
Card Boss. Am I only in PMGs? Right now I'm focused on PMGs, but I do it all. I'll show you. I know this is a Marvel podcast, but I got Batman right there. Blasphemy, right?
No, we can talk it all, man. Is that Batman? Whoa, DC. Yeah. You know what DC stands for, right? DC stands for don't care.
Yeah, I got anything cool. Anything cool Marvel I have. It's just not PMGs, but right now I'm kind of obsessed with PMGs, so that's what I'm hunting.
There's Batman.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. So do you know about my PMG collection?
I've seen it. On it.
Have you seen my best PMG?
Yeah. The rainbow?
No, my gold 1-of-1 Spider-Man PMG.
Gold 101? Let me see it. You have it on hand?
No, it's in the other. It's locked up. It's in the other room.
Oh wow! How'd you get that? Because somebody showed me a gold 101 Venom at Dallas. So how did you get that?
I know who. Someone watched my channel and basically selected me to have it.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, I paid for it. Don't get me wrong. Like I gave them money. Yeah. Oh, okay. They could have sold it to anybody. Like there's so many people that would have bought that card. Right?
Really cool. I love when the right card goes to the right person.
Yeah,
you can appreciate it.
It's so fascinating you say that because as I I started getting back into this hobby, I love Spider-Man, but I realized immediately, I was like, Spider-Man's too expensive. Like, he's the Michael Jordan of the hobby. I'm going to collect Spider-Man 2099. My birthday is 9/9, so I thought, and I love Spider-Man, so I'll do 2099. And, but, that's just not the way it works. Like, the right card has a way of, it's magnetic, like it comes to you, right? Yes, I love that card, and that is my rainbow, by the way, the one I have rainbowed.
Awesome.
But so now I have quite a few. Like, my best cards that I have the most of are Spider-Man.
Awesome.
It's really special.
Let me answer this question real quick here. Do you have MJ or LeBron autos? Currently, no, but I'm always on the hunt for that, Rick. And then this one, when did you first get into card collecting seriously? I would say like 1994 for me, anyways. And then, on and off, and then came back seriously about a year ago.
So pretty similar to me. Probably 95 when I stopped.
Okay, I think we're all caught up on all the cuts here. Oh, here we go.
You there, bud?
That's a cool one. That's a cool one for you, Justin.
Yeah, and Justin's story actually inspired me to start my Deadpool collection. That's awesome. Sorry. Yeah, that's the influencer part. We talk about cards and on Pack Fresh, and the next thing we know, they're selling out on eBay.
I know.
It doesn't.
I don't mind. I don't try to on the DL. I just tell you guys about it, and if you want to go after it.
That's what we do. We're just open about what's going on in our world, and what we're seeing, and then people make their own decisions from there.
Let me add.
Oh, no baseball.
Yeah. I don't speculate on any of these QBs, so I can't answer that one. Sorry, R. And then there was another one. Oh,
I don't either, but I think it's got to be Mac Jones if it's anybody.
Yeah. You just already answered that.
You made me answer that question.
Although I do have Jordan Love in this week. Is he rookie? Yeah, is he rookie?
No. This will be his third year.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
What were the pack odds on PMGs? I don't know.
In Marvel or sports?
Probably Marvel. I'm guessing that's what he's asking.
Well, like in X-Men Metal, there are 36,000 boxes, and they're numbered to 10, but there were 200 cards that had green PMGs. So 2,000. So it's about one per case. My math is right.
Base hits. This is an interesting question here. Thoughts on Marvel sketch cards? Let me just show you guys. I got a couple of them. I think sketch cards are super interesting to me. They're basically all one-of-ones, and they're really subjective, right? Like, everybody looks at them and you either think it's cool or not. So it's super subjective, but I think they're super cool. And there's such a variation. These ones were actually given to me as a by Staff of Dom on Instagram, so check him out. I don't know. He's not even in here, but he sent me these. Were cool, and then I posted this on my Instagram.
Is that Wolverine and Sabretooth?
Yes.
Super cool.
So I think the sketch cards are cool. I like them. I mean, not all of them, but just to me.
I just spent a lot of money on this sketch card, acquiring this one.
Okay. Nice. I saw that on your Instagram. That's cool.
Yeah, so what's special about this is a homage to the gold 1-of-1 Old Man Logan that you could only get if you completed the E-Pack achievement in the X-Men Flare Ultra from 2018. You had to collect all green PMGs on E-Pack, and if you did, you got released this 1-of-1. So one of the X-Men Metal artists made this, and so I acquired it.
That's very
He
cool.
also,
You know, this was interesting. Somebody at Dallas told me that the value of the sketch card is determined by the artist. What do you think about that?
ooh, well, that sounds like real poetic. I don't know that it makes a lot of sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
What makes sense to me is, what makes art valuable. There's often, you know, you'd like to say the market does, but typically, like an artist is like deemed, expensive or valuable because of the quality of the art. I like to use the word effort, the effort that they obviously put into it, the character that they have drawn. Is it full body or just a face profile? I think that's important. And the card stock that it comes on, and whether or not it's commissioned or pack pulled. I think all of those things like play a role into what makes a sketch card valuable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I, for me, I just feel like they have to kind of like elicit some type of response from the person, because it's like I said, it's all subjective, right? So like I'll
Yeah.
use this one as an example. This one, honestly, okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys. It looks like a little kid drew it.
Yeah.
It looks like a little kid, but I just love it for some reason. You know, it's just super cool to me.
It
But
moves you for something.
maybe most people think it's junk. I don't know. So
Awesome. So,
yeah, I just like it.
so when I got that card from Dre, he gave me this as a gift. He he
Oh wow.
he sketched me as Venom.
Who is Dre?
So Andre Osh is one of the is an artist. That's who did the Wolverine that I just showed you. But he is in a lot of the Marvel sets of Masterpiece, X-Men Metal, Flare Ultra, Spider-Man, Premiere. He's in a lot of those sets. He has his own studio. He's out of Canada.
So he sent that to you specifically?
I bought the other card and he sent that as a gift. He sketched me and then
That's
surprised me with
awesome.
it in the package.
Oh, wow,
Isn't
so
that
awesome.
nuts?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It was very kind of him.
Hold on.
I'm still shocked, to be honest with you.
Wait a second. This person knows this artist, Wendy Chu. How do you know that?
Oh, they could tell by the art. I
Maybe
love that.
she's a famous artist. Interesting.
Oh, so somebody is asking about shield bidding. You want to talk about that?
Have I noticed a lot of it? Yeah, it's all over the place. It's it's just
Not just eBay.
It's just part of what we have to deal with, guys. I mean, I don't know what can be done about it, unless I think, especially on eBay, I think they need to penalize these people for not buying these cards, because it's really screwing things up, but it's just part of it, which is why I made this video about why we need to move off of using eBay comps to value cards. So if you guys haven't watched that video, it's one of my earlier videos. I put it out.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. But yeah, it's a problem. We just have to kind of deal with it. I don't have a solution.
Well, I mean, I think it would be healthy to discuss at some point like what makes a comp, like what elements need to be at play for it to be considered a fair market sale that you would consider as something that would indicate what you would consider fair market value. And when I say fair market value, it's not the highest possible price or the lowest, but the most probable. That's what I mean by fair.
Mm-hmm. Let's discuss this. I think this is interesting. Okay, so my position is that cards should be valued in terms of what is fair market value. Okay, like for example, I'm just going to use this Daredevil PMG, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
There is no fair market value on this because it's a collectible, right? There's not like a book that says that this is worth $500 or whatever it is. Any collectible is only worth whatever somebody values it as. And I just made a video about this, talking about like perceived value, right? So for like somebody like you, you're very knowledgeable on Marvel PMGs, you would value this at whatever you value it. Let's just use like $500.
Yeah, I'll tell you 200.
Example, right?
Okay, 500. Yeah.
Okay. $200. Okay. You say this is a $200 card. Okay. To somebody on the street, and you say this is market value $200, they're going to pay for it. Somebody on the street that's not in the market, they're not going to pay that, right? You know, you can't explain to the
No.
comp to them whatever it is. So like everything is
My wife would
very
walk into the
subjective.
trash can. That's all she would do. She
Exactly,
doesn't
exactly,
care.
right? So I know, right? So it's like you can't just say that this is the comp value is $200, give it for $200. You know, unless there's another one that's for sale for exactly that much, you can't use that as the price. Comps should only be used, in my opinion, as a basis for you to kind of put your own value on it, right?
Mhm.
So, like, if I was looking at this card, for example, and I see it on eBay for $200, and I see that you have it at a show, I'm going to ask you to pay that price or less, right? I'm not going to pay more
Mhm.
for it because I can buy it for somewhere else. But if you have this and you have the only one and you're asking $500 for it, and I saw the last one sold for $200, then I have to make the determination of how badly I want it, how much I value it, whether I'm willing to pay more than what it last sold for, right?
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
think I think that's the proper way to value all cards and all collectibles. But I always have this debate when I set up at shows with people, where people just try to say, "Hey, this is what it last sold for. This is what I wanted it at," you know.
Mhm.
Um, and just I don't know. That's my opinion. What do you think about that?
Well, it's sports. I mean, excuse me. Trading cards are not easy to value as a whole because you really have two exchanges that have happen. You have the U.S. dollar exchange. Let's use that, and then you have the card for card exchange or card for cards, or even cards and cash for card. Like it's not like in real estate where you're typically talking in just U.S. dollars when you're talking about value of trading or buying. And when you're looking at creating a comparable analysis, to me, I'm okay with looking at past sales. But for me, I want at least 3 sales within a reasonable period of time for a like card. And so you have to be able to have an agreement with the person that you're talking to, or if you're just debating amongst yourself, like, do you have 3 sales that you can look at? That's tough when you have lower number of cards. And what would be other comparable type of cards, or for Marvel cards, would be comparable characters or sets to look at? And what is that window of time that you're looking, because the market ebbs and flows, so much. If you can find those 3 sales and you can be in the middle of the high, low, in the middle, that's where you really want to be in terms of where you want to be investing your dollars. But you still have so much emotion attached to this hobby, because we're not we're not only buying these because they're investments. We're buying them because we like them and they're nostalgic and we enjoy them. We're set collectors and we want to complete a set. And then there's those other elements of value that's being added onto it. So it makes it somewhat complex. But just using the most recent highest eBay sale, that is not a way to set a comp. Excuse me, a value. It may be a comp, but it's not necessarily a way to set a value.
Okay, if I can add to this, what I'm hearing from you is you're basically taking several data points, and then you're going to make your own evaluation about what you think that you're willing to pay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will also add to that I say everything is up to negotiations, right? It's all about having that conversation between the buyer and seller and trying to determine what each side thinks is a fair price for that. And I say this in my videos too. I say like the the seller determines the price of a card, but the buyer determines the value of the card. And somewhere through discussion, they have to come to an understanding, and that's how you can set a price for a card. Okay, a lot of it is also based off of what I call the cost basis of a card.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a card at a certain price and you can sell it for higher than that, then it's just a matter of how motivated are you to move that card, whether you want to get out of it or whether you believe that you can get more value out of it. So
Mm-hmm.
everything is up to negotiation. There is no real comp for cards, except for cards that are very heavily transacted, which I will say that's the only time that you can really use a true comp, where there's 100 available on eBay. You can buy it any time of the day. There's 100 sales within the last week or whatever. That's when I will admit that a comp is the way to go. But for a lot of like rare cards or collectible cards, like it's not that simple.
No, 100%. It is absolutely not that simple. That's why for me, whenever I'm looking to get a card that I want to keep PC'd, what the comp sold for, it's informative, but it's not what's making my decision. I'm looking at mainly what's in my budget and how much do I want it. That's what's making my decision.
Let me add to this too, because I think this is an important point. I don't want this to be like two guys just kind of like complaining about eBay comps. Right? This is why it's important. It's significant because I feel like people have this misunderstanding about how to value cards. So I'll use this example because this is all PMG. PMG is the theme tonight, right, guys?
Right.
Okay. Let me pull out my rarest one here. Okay. This PMG Green Sentinel, right?
Yeah.
So this card is super rare right now, right? There's only 10 in the PMG Green. All right, let me see if you can get a good view of it. And like if you look at it, if you have the mentality where you're only going to pay based off of comps, then let's just say this sold for $500 and you get the opportunity to buy one of these. You're not going to pay more than $500 because you're stuck with that comp mentality. But what I always tell people is that if you like, comps don't apply to super rare cards. So if you find a super rare card like this, okay, you got to go after it. And otherwise you might miss out on a really rare opportunity to a good card that could appreciate exponentially in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that people are doing themselves maybe a disservice when they restrict themselves to buying only based off of comps. You know, if you can recognize the value in a very rare card, forget the comps. Just go after it for whatever you value it personally. What do you think?
Yeah. Hey, I love that. Stacking Gems, Charles Futch is in the house. Hey, brother. Better late than pregnant, as they say.
Stacking Gems. Where you been, man? Come on. I've been waiting for you.
Right. So
Charles.
Caddy says there's a find another one factor in low number parallel. So I'm with you. There's that opportunity. There's a value in having the opportunity. And you've got like, okay, this card has not come across me before. I haven't seen it before. I don't know when I'll see it again. Let me buy it. And I'm seeing this in the Marvel world where kind of the old guard is saying, oh, it'll come up again. That card will come up again. And a lot of times it will, but I think that that's going to be more and more and more rare as this hobby continues to grow. I mean, when you're talking about if this hobby adds another 1,000 people to it that are actively buying low number cards, it's going to get real painful real quick.
Okay. Let me give you guys my thoughts on this. I like where this conversation is going. It's very interesting. Okay. So when I was at Dallas, I just talked about this in my previous video. I made a bunch of like high-end top 1% collect guys that were pulling out like $100,000 cards out of their case, which is crazy to me, right? And I was talking to them. I was like, how'd you get this? Like, did you buy in 100 grand or like, how did you get this? And they're like, and the common theme between all of them was that they're long-term collectors. They've been collecting for 10, 20 years. And when they find a really good card that they believe in, they buy it and they hold it. You know, they don't flip. Right? So that kind of like changed, that kind of gave me a lot of perspective where it kind of made me think, okay, maybe I should be buying up these rare cards that I'm looking for right now while I have the chance and hold until the right time. And I'll use this as an example. I know this guy from where I'm at here in SoCal. I'm not going to mention his name for anonymity and privacy purposes, but if you look him up, you'll find him. He had a Kobe Bryant Logo Man autograph card. All right. And if you don't know what that is, a super rare card.
I love that.
He just sold it on Golden Auctions for like $922,000. Okay. That's like life-changing money. That's life-changing money. And I asked him, I said, well, how'd you get that card? And he said, I just had it for the last 15 years. So he found a super rare card. He recognized the value and he held it for 15 years. And back then it's probably like $1,000, if that, 15 years ago. And he just sold it for $922,000. Right. So kind of going back to what we're talking about, like if you guys find rare cards, you grab them and you hold on to them because they may never come back up again. You know what I mean? Opportunity in the collector world, I like to say opportunity doesn't show up every day. You know what I mean? So if you see an opportunity, you got to go grab it. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think I agree 100%. And that's why in the Marvel world right now, I'm actually focused on buying cards and not grading cards because my dollars right now, I want to grab the low number cards that I want in my collection while I can. And then one day I may take a breath and go, okay, let's get them graded and then go from there. But that's to me, you want to be buying those low numbered rare cards or those short print rare cards.
That's why I got a whole stack of PMGs right here.
That's it. That's it. You nailed it.
You know? Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah, like I need the gold one of one Spider-Man 2099, but no one's ever seen it. Like in the hobby, I've asked around for people who have been around, and it's likely still in a box somewhere, or some kid opened it and just never knew what he had, right? And so if you see these rare cards when they come up, you've got to seize the opportunity. Don't look at eBay. Look at what you can afford and see if you can put the deal together.
I'm going to ask you, I want to ask you what you would value that right now raw, but let me answer this question while you're thinking about that. Honestly, guys, I think that any great company other than the main three are probably too soon to be putting your money into that stuff right now. They're basically fancy holders, in my opinion. Even CSG, I know they're part of CGC, so maybe they'll have some long-term, market share. But as of right now, I'm not saying anything to any of those other grading companies. The only one I would probably pick right now was CGC for like Pokemon cards, just because they look like cards. So I think they're pretty cool. But all these other ones, HGA, CSG, all the other ones, I'm not putting my money into them.
So just PSA, BGS Beckett, and SGC was your third. Is that right?
Yes. Just because they're established right now. And the reason I say that, not that these other companies can't up or that they don't have good products, but they just don't carry the premium value that these other companies do. So like when you put a card in a PSA holder, you're paying whatever that service cost is, but it gives you a significant premium on that card. Whereas if you have like I'll just use HGA for example, you're paying the same price that you would pay for SGC, but you're not necessarily guaranteed the same premium in increase in value for that card. And I think a lot of people are making the mistake is they're just sending cards to get graded, thinking that they're the equivalent of like an SGC or something like that. But we're seeing that it's not like that, guys. And for me personally, a lot of these slabs, they don't move that well. So be very careful if you're putting your money into those grading services. Now those grading services, they cost like $5, $10, and you just want to put something in a slab, you can do that. But I would not be paying comparable prices to the other companies for sure.
There is momentum at SGC. It has momentum right now, and I think that's interesting. When PSA and BGS stalled, that they were able to gain some momentum. I don't know what that means long term. I don't know if it means that it's a buy low, and one day the fact that it's in an SGC slab mean it has a higher prestige or grade. It's too early to say that. But if you need to get something graded and you're just holding it in your personal collection, you want to get it back quicker in what appears to be a quality slab, SGC may be an option, but PSA is still the king in terms of what is going to potentially add the most value to a card.
Let me just answer this question right here. How dare this guy challenge my Marvel cred? I don't just collect PMGs, buddy. I collect all sorts of Marvel cards. Okay, not just PMGs, but PMGs is what I'm focusing on right now. Don't make me pull out my collection. I'll pull out my collection and show you, for example.
Don't let him fool you. He's focused on PMGs too. Everybody wants PMGs. He just put
look
up
this. Masterpiece, Flair, all that stuff.
Marvel Madness just put up his rainbow of Mysterio, so he's focused on PMGs too. So, hey, we're up to 70 viewers. Man, that's awesome.
I'm not gonna calm down, Marvel. You got me fired up. How dare you?
On to the next one. This guy said, if I could afford it, I would get all my Marvel cards graded by SGC. That's interesting. Are you Haunting Immortal 2012? Are you a set collector? Because that sounds like something a set collector would say. And what I mean is like he wants, if there's 200 cards in the set, he wants every one of them graded. I'm curious.
I like SGC. I think SGC is a play. For me, what I'm doing is if I need to move a card, I need to have it in a slab. And SGC is a play right now. And if a card comes back, and I'm also using SGC as what's the word I'm looking for? A filter. So if I get a card and I send it and it comes back a 9.5 or 10, and the value is there for me to send it to PSA, I'll crack it and I'll send it off. Otherwise, I'll use SGC just to put cards in slabs right now.
To keep them protected
for that,
yeah,
and it fills that role of like the lower end cards that are like under $200 or something like that. It makes sense to send it to SGC for $30 for like a 1 month turnaround.
Yes, there's a question here. It doesn't make sense to use PSA unless they have very high value cards that even a 9 would still bring a decent return. Oh, this is what I thought I clicked on. Does the curator even keep base common cards, or are they used for a bonfire?
Depends. I mean, like modern base cards, no, I give them away to kids for free. Older cards, value,
Hey, I still love putting cards in the sleeve and into a binder. So I sleeve my base cards and build sets. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I was thinking? Let me just throw this idea here with you, hang out with you, Justin. I think I don't want to do it, but I think that people in our community, we need to like organize a card drive for Christmas. Grab a bunch of cards, put them in packs or something like that, and give them away to kids. I think that'd be really cool. And I think that we should start talking about this now, so that we have time to organize it. I don't want to take charge of this. Somebody needs to do something like that. I think it'd be really cool for the community, and it would just help get rid of all our junk cards that we don't want, and it would kind of like bring in, the next.
Is there a big show? Is there a big show coming up? Like that could actually be done at a show? Like you could like what if you had a Santa? What if you had a Santa dressed up, and in his bag he had a bunch of like, the seal, the team bags, like just full of base cards, and he was just like handing them out of his bag,
There's a decent sized show here in California in like mid-December, like December 12th, I think. That's probably the biggest one I know of. I think that could be a play. I mean, I know those guys. I know we could organize like something like that if there was support behind it. I don't know. I'm just throwing that idea out there. If you guys like it, I think we could do something with this. It could be fun. We could bring in other content creators and maybe make it a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds fun. Westminster show would be easy, but it's small. Great Gamer says.
Okay. I'm going to the Westminster show. This that's in my area. I'm going there this Saturday. The one I'm talking about, guys, if you guys are from SoCal, I'm talking about the Pachanga show, the one at the Pachanga Casino. That's on the 12th. So I think that might be a pretty big show. We could try to do something like that. But if you guys are interested, talk about it in the comments. And if there's not enough momentum, then we can try to organize something.
Yeah, very cool. Charles says Vegas would be a nice spot to do it.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know if they have a show in December, but it'd be kind of cool.
Yep. I could send some cards. I wouldn't be able to travel to the West Coast during this time of the year. We're so busy, but could definitely send some cards and make some content about it.
Well, the idea I have about this is I follow the like this wrestling figure podcast. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they do an annual wrestling figure toy drive, and basically they get all their followers to send in toys, wrestling themed toys. They collect them and then they give them away, and they do like crazy numbers. They do like 10,000, 20,000 figures. It's crazy that like the success they've had doing that is incredible. So I think it'd be kind of cool.
That is cool.
If somebody were to take charge of that. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, they're talking about some other shows here.
Yeah, these are SoCal shows. There must be a lot of people near me because they're talking about Frankensons. They're talking about the Westminster show. Very cool.
Awesome. Awesome idea, man.
Yeah.
Although, you know, I can't talk to you about wrestling.
Why not? Why not? What's wrong with it? You're from.
Isn't
there a big wrestling fan base in Louisiana?
Yeah, and I make fun of them any chance I get. Wrestling.
Charles knows. Charles knows.
Yeah, Charles knows. I never could get into it, man. In my entire life, I've never been able to do it.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
No, it's all
good.
Awesome. Yeah, no hate, just love. But I might make fun of you.
Let me answer this question real quick here. You guys are lucky to have shows on a weekly basis. We have 0 shows in Asia. So when people tell me this, what I tell them is to go organize a show themselves. Okay. I know a lot of show promoters, and it's not hard to organize a show, really. Like, you just find a place, find a venue, advertise it, and even if it's small collector community will go there, it will grow. So wherever you are, card boss, I'm sure there has to be other collectors where you're at or within driving distance. So maybe go start a show somewhere. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, and I think if you have long-term focus and you have like a really clear like objective and commitment and vision for the show, it'll eventually have success. But you got to have that long-term vision for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Card Boss here, he's a great guy to do it. He knows his stuff. Have you seen his analytics that he puts out?
No. Where's he from? He's in Asia? What part of Asia?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But we talked about it earlier, like, some of my best videos are being watched in East Asia. So there's definitely a community there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Spidey, I would love to go to that. Malaysia? That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, where is Nationals next year?
Atlantic City.
New Jersey?
Yes.
I mean, I could do that. I could bring a couple of Pelican cases worth of cards, and we could put up a table and make some deals.
Tables are very expensive at the National, but I'm like half playing with the idea of going in on a table with a couple buddies, maybe even you if you want.
Like what if we do like 3 or 4 guys and we just split the cost?
Yeah, and I'll have a whole piece of PMGs by then, guys. Not for sale though, just to show off. Off. But I think that'd be super cool.
I'm down. And look, Charles Gems, he's got the cards. We'll just let him sell cards, and we'll buy cards.
Yeah. Here's a play, guys. What I'm always telling people to do is go set up a card shows because it's a lot of fun. But if you put the cards that you want to buy, like I put out PMGs, people bring me PMG cards. It's even though they're not for sale, I put them out there as like a flag for people to see, and they'll come and they'll bring it to me. So that's a play, guys. Set up a card show.
Oh, you're into PMGs? Well, look at this one. Do you want it?
Exactly. That's how the very rare Michael Phelps PMG
is that out of 5? Is it out of 5 or 10?
Yeah. Well, the pop count is, but it's the numbered card is 1 out of 125.
Right, but it's a sports card, and so you're looking at the pop count of the grade.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. I love it.
So,
what year is
somebody
that?
just brought me. This is 2013. It was a employee exclusive, and the only reason somebody bought that to me is because I had my Mike Tyson and my Hulk Hogan PMG in my case.
Is it from the same set?
And they presented it. Yes, it was an employee exclusive, 6 cards in the set. Only.
Oh, so you got 3 to go, huh?
Right.
That is awesome. I'm so glad you got that. That purple looks good with your
Yeah.
Sentinel.
Yes. Very cool.
You notice I made purple some of our colors, by the way.
Oh
And
yeah, very
like,
cool.
yeah, he passed up on so Charles says he messed up. Passed on a Hogan PSA 10 employee exclusive for 1800 last year. He's still mad.
Oh wow, $1,800. I
What would
would
that go?
value a PSA 10 Hogan. I would value it at probably, if I'm gonna go high value, 30,000, maybe 35,000. The low value, 20,000.
Are you serious?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. This is not made up numbers. A Mike Tyson PSA 10, I know, sold private sale. I know the guy who did it, $30,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I'm using that as a base, and I will put Hogan as equal, or if not better than Tyson in terms of cultural relevancy.
That's nuts.
So man, Charles, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, man.
Yeah, you should be mad, brother. Got nobody to blame but yourself.
Yeah. Right. That's why when you find a rare card, guys, pay up for it. Get it.
Yep.
You can't say another one's gonna come up because you never know.
Yeah. Or well, they might come up, but there might be 30,000 next time.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Let me answer this one. This is cool. Is Power Ranger cards a play? Just kidding, but only half kidding. I think it's a play. I don't think
Gotta go
anybody's
Power Rangers.
made that play
Yeah.
yet. I don't think. Well, I know this one guy from LA that has graded Power Ranger cards. But I think it could be a play, guys. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up watching Power Rangers. It was a big part of my life. So I would definitely try to get some of those.
I grew up watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I pretty much tapped out after that. But in the toy world, Power Rangers that community is pretty strong. But I don't know about the trading card world. I don't know. That one's tough for me to say.
I think cards can kind of come. I think cards are like anybody can collect cards. So I got some Power Rangers right here.
Yeah, you do. Look at that.
So cards are universal. I mean, I think the toy collector, they will want to collect the cards too at some point. But it all depends on value. If some of these cards start popping up and start going for a little bit of money, people are going to go crazy for it.
No doubt. People are selling great at Full House cards, so anything's fair game.
Yes, I saw one. I saw Aunt Becky, graded Aunt Becky on eBay. Hilarious. I've seen Steve Urkel cards too.
Did I do that? So I mean, that just tells you there's a lot of money in our economy right now. Good Lord.
There's a market for everything. There's a market for everything, guys.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Voltron. Yeah.
I didn't even know they had Voltron cards. That's cool.
Yeah, don't know anything about that. I mean, they have like dead presidents cards. They got all kinds of stuff. It's crazy.
They make a card for everything. Literally. I'm trying to think of what is the most obscure card I have. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I have a pretty narrow collection. Was that Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris?
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce Lee kicking cards in the face.
I love it.
So, yeah, that's a card for everything, guys.
Foghorn Leghorn. Hey, I actually like some Foghorn Leghorn, although I don't think that's good for TV anymore. Probably get canceled.
I'm going to just answer this guy real quick here.
Yeah.
Thoughts on collecting 1992, 95 Jordan cards? Hollows, low value stuff compared to earlier stuff. Jordan's always a play, guys.
In high grade.
You can never go wrong. You never go wrong with playing Jordan cards, whatever they are. Even if they're low value, there's still going to be Jordan collectors out there that will want to come in at that entry point. So that's always a play.
I mean, Jordan is going to be relevant 30 years from now. He's not going away.
Right.
I mean, so I think anything in high grade.
he's reached that status where it's like he's like a cultural icon. He's not just an athlete; he's a cultural icon.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, there's people that don't even watch basketball that would probably still collect Michael Jordan stuff just because of what he has meant.
Right, right.
I have so I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. Was a Laker fan. I don't watch much right now, to be honest with you. But so I think I sent 10 or 12 Kobe Bryant rookie cards to PSA that I've had since he was a rookie, since I was a kid. They're not going to be great grades, but they're just going into back into my personal collection. I hope to get those back in the next 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like that. I sent all my childhood cards. I sent them to PSA too, and they probably won't come back high grades, but I'll keep them in my personal collection for sure.
100%.
I think it's cool.
They're doing a lot better than that binder I had them in for 20 years.
Right, right. I mean, I like graded cards not just for the value that it adds, but it displays better. It's like put it in like a little case for like museum quality displays.
Well, you've seen my display. Like I actually have my cards displayed that I really like with other items in it, like action figures. Like they're posed, around the cards. I love it. Cool. Charles, everybody sent stuff in February. We're all waiting. I wouldn't say I have a ton. I think I have like 123 cards at PSA, mostly Marvel.
Let me answer this. I think F1 cards are just beginning to blow up, or are they going to stabilize? I still think they've got room to grow, to be honest. From what I'm seeing and from what I saw at the Dallas card show, there's still a lot of people that don't know what F1 is. They're interested and they're going to get into it. And then when everybody gets into it, I think it's going to jump up. But the prices are pretty high right now on a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows. But you're talking about Formula One racing, which is more of a global sport. It's not nearly as popular in the States as it is in Europe, right? But people are still paying a high dollar for those cars, from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. I hope we got everybody's questions. If we missed your guys' question, just put it in the chat again.
Yeah. UFC cards. Okay. Man, the chat is lit right now, dude.
Yeah.
It's rolling.
It's a lot of people in here. 73 people.
Mm-hmm.
How long are we gonna go, Justin?
We're going how long we're gonna go? I'm good for another 30 minutes. So I mean, what everybody's got the stamina for. But it's earlier where you're at.
If you guys are having fun, I'll stay for another 30 minutes.
So I want to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. If you were going to like compare Marvel to sports, okay? So I want you to do, and let's like, well, I won't limit you. So whatever sports figure you want. But if you were like saying, here's Michael Jordan, what is the Michael Jordan of Marvel cards? Here's LeBron James. Who is the LeBron James of Marvel cards? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes. And I'm going to give you a different answer than I think what you're looking for. Okay.
Sure.
I would put, okay. So in sports, there are clear favorites, and they can be interchangeable and depending on who you're talking about, but you could say Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, and then the rest of the guys there, like, I don't know, Steph Curry,
And what I mean is like, so if you have light cards, if you had, whatever number to 10 card, this card, because of who it is going to have a higher value, right? Like that's what we're talking about.
Right. Okay. So in sports, it's pretty clear. Okay. There's GOAT status, there's superstar, there's regular person, right? And then there's nobody. That's in sports, is very clear. I think in comics, I would not say like Spider-Man is the GOAT. What I would do is I would put them in categories. I would put like the top characters, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine. I put them in the top tier. and then the second tier would be lower guys like
So you would
know,
group.
yeah, group them up. Like lower guys would be like I don't know who would be in the Cyclops, for example, Cyclops or Colossus, and then in the lower tier is all the other guys that nobody cares about. So I would put them in tiers. What do you think?
So real quick to the comments. So guys, what do you think? We've got one that says Magneto is LeBron. Magneto is Magneto and Venom. And let's see. And somebody's bragging about complimenting you about your Sentinel back there. Wolverine is MJ. For me, I don't think, and people may not take me seriously because it's in my name, Spidey. But just looking at sales and looking at how hard it is to find certain cards, I would have to say Spider-Man's in a class of his own. I really would. But right below that, I kind of agree with you in terms of a group. You have Wolverine and Venom. They're very closely associated. With Wolverine, probably would edge him out, but I would have those right there. And then below Wolverine and Venom, so Wolverine and Venom would be like Kobe, LeBron. Yeah, look at it. I love it, dude. So look at Charles. Did you see Charles's comment? Don't sleep on the PMG sister sets, Jambalayes, Hardwares, and Ultra Stars. These are not necessarily numbered cards, but they are low. They are short print. It's not a lot of them in certain sets. Now, Hardware and Ultra Star, I don't know if those are numbered. And then below Wolverine and Venom, and I know this is subjective. I'm thinking like more broader sense of what I see people, how much they pay, and how many people collect that character, exclusively. Beneath that, I would probably then go into that Iron Man, Hulk, and Captain America category, with probably Captain America being the top of those three.
Interesting. Like Captain America is one of my favorite characters all time. And you're putting him like at third tier?
In the way that people tend to pay what the prices you see for light cards.
Okay, let me highlight this one by Black Caddy. This is interesting. Okay. This is going to be controversial. So I would agree. Like I think Superman is one of the best comic characters of all time. I would put him above probably anybody, right? But he gets like no love in terms of card collecting.
So yeah, no, he doesn't. There's a set out there called DC Master. It may actually be Master Class. I know that's a popular term right now. Our Master Series or something like that. It's very much original art. If you're going to collect some DC cards, if you can get those graded in high grade, maybe a good play. But just, outside of trading cards, Superman is the best superhero, right? In terms of what he represents. And I always love that Kill Bill line where Superman is the only person that his everyday outfit is his costume. He's being who he really is when he's in his Superman outfit, where Wolverine puts on a mask. That's his costume. You know what I mean? It's in reverse. But Batman is probably the number one superhero from a fandom standpoint. And
Batman
I don't
too.
think I don't actually think it is Spider-Man. But in trading cards, they just don't have the following and they don't have the product. That's the other thing. Like the product isn't really there.
I was about to say whoever owns a DC license, they are really bad at marketing. they don't know how to like really present their characters in a way that makes them collectible.
It's tied up with this company that, and I know their name, but I can't think of it. And they're actually getting ready to release a set early next year, I think. But it's not Upper Deck or Topps or Panini. It's another company. And I believe, if I had to guess, DC is deliberately not giving them what they need to be able to release product because they eventually want to take it back and put it in somebody else's hands. That would be my guess.
Man, if I was in charge of the DC license, I would go sign a deal with Panini or some other company real quick and just put that product out there and go crazy for it. Can you imagine like some type of Silver Prism Superman card or Batman card?
Or how about a Superman PMG in blue and red?
Yes. Oh my God. Please, please, please.
Could you imagine? Like I
Yes.
don't.
Can
I actually have.
somebody make
I
like a
know I
mock
say
up?
yes, yeah. We could get a sketch card version of it, but like I have Superman flying right in front of me, right? And I just showed you I've got 3 Batman sitting next to me, and I'm a Marvel guy, but yet I still have them. I mean, they're Batman, they're Superman. I would love to have them in a trading card.
Right. That's gonna be a thing, guys. I think we need to start a Kickstarter or something. Like start a movement, start a campaign, a change.
A
.org
change.
campaign.
Yeah, I mean, if you got Action Comics #1 where Superman's flipping over the car, but Superman #1 where he's flying down and he's kind of looking gracefully down. If you had that image in a PMG, oh, that'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, one day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me answer Charles here. How did the Kenny Chow card do? Okay, so the first time I put it up, the bid went to like $210, something like that. But that guy never paid. Then I relisted it, and I think it went for like $110. And I sent it out the other day. So that guy,
Who's Kenny Chow?
you know, he's this online influencer that does card show videos, and he's from my area, and I know him, and he puts videos sometimes. That's actually how how people started to notice me. He's got a huge following, and he actually has his own card that they in this limited series. So I was doing this auction just to kind of see. I wanted to see how it would do, and it did what I expected to do. So it was kind of cool.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody trying to get you to change your name. The Curator Marvels.
The Curator Marvels. That's funny.
So they're talking about Gambit in the chats as well. As a Louisiana guy, that's where I'm from. We love Gambit. I love Gambit. Gambit's he's relatable, you know, like he has that factor going for him where like Superman's not relatable, he's above everybody. Yeah, I love that card. Oh man, Gambit and Rogue. That's so good. Louisiana boy, Mississippi girl. Right there. Oh, #1. First appearance. 266.
Gambit's one of my favorite.
Hey, actually, real quick, on the top right corner, what does it say? Does it say first full appearance?
First full appearance, yes.
So CGC
I know the previous he made like a cameo.
Well, they changed it. They're now saying that's a full appearance. But that's the book to have. That's the book to have right there.
Nice.
Love it. Awesome. Brother, I never thought we'd go an hour and 43 minutes tonight and still having a great time. It's been so good. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in here, 70 people. That's pretty good.
This is the best. Yeah, this is the most active live I've ever been on. But we were able to put it on both channels, and to me, that's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
Is there anything you guys would like for us to chat about in the future?
Do you guys want to see us do this again? Yeah, I just answered that.
Yeah, I'll take 1 out of 70.
Right. I'm just gonna highlight some of these comments here.
Yeah, soccer's popping off. Doc Toward wants us to talk about NFTs. You want to do that next time?
Oh, I'll briefly give him. Yeah, we can talk about it in detail next time. I'll just briefly just say, I made a video about NFTs, but my initial thoughts, guys, is I think it's too early to jump in. I think if you don't have an NFT right now, I feel like you may have missed the boat on it. A lot of them, to me, a lot of them don't really hold value. The real value in NFTs is whatever smart contract they attach to it, where it gives you some type of benefit. Until they start all these just prints that they have, it's, I don't really see too much value in that.
Yeah, I have more to say, but probably do it on another show.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we can have a whole discussion about it too,
absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Doctor World. I don't know how you say his name, but yeah, I'm aware of VV and what they have on there. We'll talk about it. It'll be fun.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll get this going again. Thursday night is the best night for me, so I enjoyed getting this in on a Thursday night.
Interesting. I'll have to look at my schedule because I have another buddy of mine. He wants to do another live thing on Tuesday, and I try to put my videos out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I don't necessarily think there's much demand for me to be on 5 days a week.
We need
So
you
I don't
every
know.
day.
I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear out my welcome, guys.
No, I totally get it. Totally get it.
Yeah, maybe every 2 weeks, I think would be kind of good. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I'm easy. I'm easy. My the way my family schedule works, it makes it good for this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm on the Marvel's Pack Fresh podcast every Sunday at 2:30. Now we did miss Halloween. We didn't do Halloween, but 2:30 Central Standard Time. And those podcasts can be found everywhere you can listen to podcasts, whether it be iTunes or whatever.
So what is this? He wants to set up a donation to buy us a cup of coffee.
Yeah, you could do like super chats and that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I could use a cup of coffee
that's
right
cool.
about now.
Yes. It's funny. I'll just tell you this story.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this story. I did a live a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. I did a live, and I didn't know that people could send you money with the super chat. I guess like if you have a certain subscription in YouTube, you can do that, right? To get your comment highlighted for whatever reason.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, just this little icon popped up that said, "Oh, this person sent you some, a little bit of money." And I was like shocked. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I felt uncomfortable because I was like, should I do a dance or something? Like, should I like take off my shirt or what's going on here? I wasn't sure what the invitation was.
What are you paying for? What are you paying for? Yeah.
Exactly. So
there should be an exchange here. What's the exchange? Yeah.
Right. But for the guys that did that, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So that's super cool.
Well, man, you're putting out great content. It's the first time I saw your video, I was like, okay, this guy, I see a lot of alignment here, and I love what you're doing.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm gonna, it's so crazy. I've only been doing this a couple months, but the feedback has been super positive, and I think that I'm just trying to analyze it, like to try to figure out what's going on here. But I just think I don't know. Maybe I feel like the things I talk about are things that people want to hear about. I'm very conscious to not be a promoter where I'm saying, okay, buy this card, like a lot of other content creators, out there. I don't want to, start pushing things. I just feel like I just talk about issues that a lot of people talk or are thinking about, right? That I hear about at the card shows. And then I also think that, for me, I'm just trying to be genuine and sincere with what I talk about. So I think people can appreciate that.
Absolutely, dude, man. You're giving value. And you're doing it in a way that you can build a community. I think that's wonderful. So who's he talking about?
Yeah.
Is he talking about you or is he talking about me?
Who?
Anyone ever tell you look like Sam Kinison? So I have no idea. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either, but he must be a good looking guy.
I'm telling you, either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charles, man, you're the best. You can be our hype man anytime.
Yeah. Love Charles.
He's a great. He really is an influencer. He even though I know he doesn't want to be, he is, whether he likes it or not. He's an old comedian that yelled.
He must be talking about you, because that doesn't sound like an Asian guy to me.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe he is. No, I've never heard that. You know, I get Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, you know, when they were younger, a little bit of Leo. But
Yeah.
never Sam. No, I'm kidding. I don't get anything. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, you got to talk about car. He's saying it's literally impossible as a content creator to not pump what you're buying. I mean, if you're going to talk about something, people are going to, it creates awareness. Awareness can create hype and FOMO. But there's an intentionality that some people have about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just to be clear, I don't want it to seem like we're talking bad about anybody out there, because I think there is a demand for that type of content, right? People are looking for that type of guidance, that type of information, and that's super cool. And I watch a lot of those guys myself. I just don't, for me, I don't feel like I need to also contribute to that type of content. I just want to put out different things that I think people are, me, I don't think people are talking about the things that I talk about. I don't know.
No, there's not a lot of content around it, but for me, I like to watch videos where people are just talking about our hobby in general, but I also like to watch videos where they talk about the cards I own, you know, like that's super fun. And I think people like that. Like they want to hear about what they have in their collection and hear other people talk about it. And that's not intended to be hype or to create FOMO. That's intended to just enjoy the hobby and what we have.
Right. I think that people just want content, whatever it is. Not a lot of people are privileged enough to go to shows on a weekly basis or to, collect a lot of stuff all the time. So they're just looking for content to kind of fill that entertainment itch they got.
Oh, look, I watch a little bit of football here and there, but other than that, I'm watching YouTube and Disney Plus, and that's it.
It's funny. I feel like we've been conditioned now as a society to, like, our attention span is like 5 to 10 minutes, like, or even less than that, like 30 seconds to like 12 minutes. That's our attention. Like, it's hard for me to sit down and watch a show now. I just watch YouTube clips.
Dude, you're so right. So I watched Dune last Saturday night, the new movie.
Just watched last night. Just watched the last.
It's good.
Yeah.
I bet I paused it probably every 20 minutes. I paused it and got up and did something. And now I probably have. That's probably why. Like I had to get up. Like my attention went to something. I had to come back and watch it again.
Yeah, like our attention spans are so short now. I think we've been conditioned to do that. I don't know, just something to think about, guys.
Totally. But I'm going to watch Dune again. I enjoyed it. Hope they do the other movies.
Yeah, it was interesting.
TGC.
This is an interesting. Let me hear your take on this question right here.
Do you think the purple MCU PMGs would be a good subject? Okay, so here's what you got them right there. Tell me what they're number 2. What are they number 2 on the back? Okay, so and I knew that. I just wanted to double check. It has the words PMG, and that's important. Purple's an interesting color because typically it's numbered to 5 in the Marvel card space, or it has been in the past. I guess it varies, but and it's MCU character, so it's live action, right? Live action. I think it has a safe floor. I don't know what the ceiling would be on that. I don't know how high it might go.
I wonder why they didn't number these.
I don't either. If somebody knows the print run, let us know. But without knowing that information, it's hard for me to put money in it.
We need to talk to Upper Deck. Okay. Anybody? We need to get somebody from Upper Deck in the chat here. Talk about this. Who makes these decisions? Oh,
All
Vincent.
PMGs should be
Let me
numbered. Yeah.
I'm just gonna highlight Vincent there. Vincent's always putting chat comments in my chat.
All right.
How you doing,
Thanks,
brother?
Vincent. Very kind of you.
Sam, you want me to talk about the Michael Phelps PMG? What do you want to know specifically about this? I'll show it to you again.
Yeah, he may have missed earlier, but
yeah, this was my big pickup from Dallas. I'll just show it to you. If you have a specific question, put it in there, or if you want to DM me, I'll talk about it. I've actually talked about it all week, to be honest.
it's an awesome card.
Just showing it off.
I mean, what is he, the most decorated Olympian of all time?
Yep.
Pretty special. Is he wearing a gold medal in the image? That would be pretty sweet if he did.
No, he's not.
That's okay. He's getting ready to swim. He's like getting ready to launch off a diving board. Do y'all?
I collect PSA 10s of Marvel Masterpieces, those early sets. So 1992 is what I'm working on, and any of the Marvel Masterpieces, 92, 90, 93, 94, 95.
So I just bought my most recent. It's the 95 Marvel Metal 6-arm Spider-Man. It's a beautiful image. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about. I got it in the PSA 10. Got it for $200. I'm telling you, that was a steal.
I know, yeah.
Then I got the 90 MU Jim Lee brown and orange suit Wolverine, and I got it for $300, and I was happy with that entry point on that price. What else did I grab? Oh, I have the 1993, the first kind of what you call the rookie card of Spider-Man 2099, the PSA 10. Very happy to have that card.
Let me ask you this question real quick before we've got like 4 minutes, guys, and then we got to cut this off because I don't want you guys to get sick of us. But let me just ask. Let's this be the last question. Cool with that, Justin? Or you can ask me one question too.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of these 1990 cards, I'm scanning this right now. All right, on my phone to see the pop count. This is a PSA 10 pop 3. Okay. Now we know that these early Marvel cards, high production, I think, right? It's
high production.
Yeah. And
probably
a lot of
these, not in comparison to sports cards, but for Marvel cards, yes.
Right. But we know, or I suspect that a lot of these are sitting at PSA right now to be graded. So do you think that these will come back and the pop count will grow exponentially to where like this is pop 3 right now, but will this become like a pop 1,000 maybe for a PSA 10? What do you think?
All right, so here's what I think happens. If a lot of them come out graded, and they come out graded, we'll just say 9s and 10s. You're going to see the collector mindset change from, hey, I just want to own a PSA 10 to I want to own a set of 1994 Flair all in PSA 10s. Does that make sense? And then out of that group of cards will arise cards that are going to sell for a lot more than the rest because everybody's trying to complete that set, and it's the character that people who aren't collecting sets also want. So I think that's what would happen. I don't think people see grading full sets and collecting full sets graded as a big thing right now because of availability and where the price is at. But I do think that would happen if prices do drop.
What's up, Matt? Do you think that the condition of these cards come back where there's a high number of 10s out there?
Oh, you mean what's the odds of a lot of those being a 10?
Yeah. Yes.
I think it's low.
I'll use this as an example. Let me use this as an example here. Okay. So these Kobe, this is Kobe's rookie. Okay, top space card. Okay. This is PSA 9. PSA 9 is right now at, I think the pop count is close to 13,000. Okay. And a pop PSA 10 is like upwards to 3,000, which is very super high. And that has happened over the last like 2 years or so because people have been sending them in, and it's severely affected the value of these cards. So I'm just wondering if something like that will happen with Marvel cards.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be an increase of the cards coming into the population. But your question, as I heard it, was, will a lot of those that come out be PSA 10s? And you had your sports guys who were buying Marvel and sending it in because they saw an opportunity, right, to 10x money real quick. But your guys and gals like me who were sending cards had no idea what we were doing. Literally had no idea what it meant to look like at a card. We went, oh, I own this card. Let me send it to be graded for the most part. And I think you're not going to see a ton of those cards come back as a PSA 10 from a percentage standpoint.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking like the Metal series, the Marvel Masterpieces, the ones that people were ripping boxes up to go send in. I mean, they don't hold up well.
Yeah, Marvel Masterpiece doesn't grade well anyways. They're not centered very well, and they do have a lot of white edges. So those are tough to begin with. Your 95 metal, I think, is going to be an easier grade, but I think for most of those cards, you probably do want to have been ripping it and sending it because the surface can scratch. And so those cards, I think, are pretty well centered for the most part. Edges and corners are not going to be that difficult, but I think surface is going to be the issue on that one.
Yeah. So I personally think, I think some sets will grade high. Well, the pop count will increase, like the 90 universe set, like the cards that are just, they came out in pretty good condition. I think
had a gloss
will grow. Yeah. But the ones that were harder, like the masterpiece sets, I think they're pretty low. So that's something that I'm trying to like pay attention to right now.
I will say, if you have a chance, oh yeah, no, I agree. If you have a chance to get a 90MU hollow in a PSA 10, I think you need to grab it.
Yeah. I've seen
They're
8s.
so hard.
I don't think I've ever seen a 10, to be honest.
They're very rare. They haven't come up for sale very often when they have. But they're so hard to get. I mean, if you don't have a surface edge or corner issue, you've got a centering issue on those cards. There's a lot of them, but man, they're hard to get in a 10.
Yeah. All right. I feel like I might have to go hunting now. But yeah.
Awesome.
Anyways, okay. So should we cut it off, or did you want to ask me anything?
Man, I'm good. I'm complete. I'm gonna save my questions for the next live, and really enjoyed it. This was super special to be able to chat with everybody and hang out and talk cards, talk Marvel, even some DC. It was really good.
This was fun, guys. Everybody that hung with us in the chat, thank you guys so much. I mean, we didn't get to your questions. Sorry. If you want, DM me on Instagram and I'll answer it for you. If not, we'll do it in the next chat. But appreciate all your guys' support and and hanging out with us tonight.
Absolutely. All right, man. Hope you all have a marvelous night.
You guys.
Peace.